Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Gabby. I'm one of the product managers, and I will be starting us off. The other people on our team are Melissa Davidson, who is my co-PMM. Our UX designers comprise of Gabrielle, Kathleen, and Christina, and our developers are Jaishan, Megan, and also Gabrielle. About this presentation, so this is a little bit more of the topics that we're going to be going over today. I'm going to give you a quick intro and a little bit more information on, what we have been doing on the product management side. I will be passing this off to Kathleen. Then they will be passing it off to Gabrielle, and then they will be passing that off to Melissa, who will take it to our next steps. So our problem space and our solution, we chose the imposter syndrome space because of a couple of different reasons. First and foremost, we know after we have been kind of like learning about these different insights is that imposter syndrome, is a psychological pattern where individuals doubt their abilities and achievements, and they don't believe that they deserve their success. Now, something that we discovered and uncovered together as a team is what is like the major problem with imposter syndrome. And there is this really fascinating quote that I pulled that I want to also read to all of you, which has kind of dictated the way that we really were storming and forming this entire product or MVP. The same systems that reward confidence in male leaders, even if they're incompetent, punish white women for lacking confidence, women of color for showing too much of it, and all women for demonstrating it in a way that's deemed unacceptable. Now, there was a flaw in this as well. It's not including all of these other people that obviously make up the human race. And we together kind of decided as a group that, these major themes that are really kind of controlling imposter syndrome, like bias, discrimination, stereotypes of people, systemic things that are kind of happening within this, and systematic also, such as racism, classism, xenophobia, all of that. We know that that is causing anxiety, stress, low self-esteem, impact on relationships, and burnout, which is also leading to limited career growth for all of these different people. Now, something that I would say that we kind of defined together is that HR should really have these actionable insights into imposter syndrome and should really understand who is being affected by it and how can they help them. So our solution in turn is an HR assessment tool to create transparency between employee and employer. How we came to that conclusion is we really targeted, especially within our personas, the HR persona and within small businesses because they seem to be lacking those systems the most, being able to identify these problems. So we went for a deep dive. We interviewed about 10 people within the space and got to the conclusion that they needed something that was low cost, something that would be able to depict this information and also be able to create a transparent and safe environment for employee and employer to talk about these discussions. Now, some of the things that we kind of have achieved, we researched our problem space, discovered our MVP and defined the product, created brand identity and design systems, created epics, user stories, and tasks for everybody, and then also defined the handoffs between designers and devs. I'd also say that our team is really close, so it's been a really great time. And this is also our tool base. As for what the product managers have been kind of like doing, first and foremost, we've been ensuring our weekly meetings and ensuring that we have topics ready to go. We also are making sure that, we're going through all of the different sprints and creating documentation that is aligned with our product strategy. And really, the other thing is also just making sure that we were kind of like reducing down the scope so that we were attacking the problem as opposed to kind of like veering off into different directions, which is a problem that we were kind of finding, especially with competitors, more upmarket than downmarket. So I'm going to pass this off to Kathleen.
Yep. Hi, everyone. I'm going to share screen, Gabby, if that's okay. Yep. If I can find my Figma screen. Okay. Go. So like Gabriel mentioned, we did a lot of usability testing as well initially for design. Initially, we did do a user testing with our lo-fi prototypes, and through more research and feedback, we learned, for example, the importance of accessibility for a dashboard that we were trying to design, ensuring task flows are clear for users, and yeah, just trying to understand what really goes onto this HR assessment dashboard. I know you're not seeing that screen, but right now I just wanted to move forward quickly to our brand design and mood board. Our team really made decisions like extremely, like very collaboratively through short workshops. And so we identified what brand values we really wanted to enhance, what our brand personality would be, and then slowly kind of moving forward into the kind of colors that we would want to use. Our design is meant to be impactful, inclusive, creative, but still a little respectively corporate. And from there, we were also able to define user flows to prioritize for the upcoming sprints. One of those was really, logging in from our website. So one of the first things that we did was to create a website template. And then kind of from there, a website template to log in. So, let's start listening to your employees. That's Activate, that's our product with the logo. And we kind of arrived at a dashboard. Yeah, and right now, one of the things that we are still working on is we create an assessment user flow. So I won't go too deep into it, but we are in that process and it's been really fun. So yeah, I will stop sharing and move it to give the space to Gabriel.
Hey, Gabby, if you could share your screen again, that would be great. All right, hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle. I'm a developer and designer on the lovely Guava Dream Squad. So one of the things that we focus on most with this product is to really make it very inclusive. So a lot of the thought that was put into that was put into accessibility. We also wanted to work with designers as closely as possible to create live and accessible pages. And because of the nature of our product, we realized that a backend would be necessary. So we put a lot of weight into doing research into finding backends that weren't proper backends, but something that would be a good substitute for right now. So we've stumbled upon Firebase thanks to one of our mentors, and we're in the process to integrating that to send out assessments to really determine like how users are experiencing imposter syndrome in the workplace, as well as visualize the data that we get from those assessments. And like it says, we're working with React on the front end, building out the individual components for that. And that's about it from the development side.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Melissa. I'm the other PM, and I know we're backing up against the time. So I'm going to cherry pick a few of the things that I deem really important. We have learned a lot. I really want to highlight number 2 for kind of what we've worked on with our group, which is that don't be afraid to do bad work. And what I mean by that, I think that imposter syndrome is a great topic for this learning, which is that we're all learning, we're all doing our best. Not everything that we do is going to be perfect, and we don't want to stop ourselves from actually, creating something or doing something, waiting for it to be perfect. And I think a big learning is just creating the space as a group and that psychological safety to really be able to do that. You can read the other 2, so I'll just hop to the next slide.